Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, your daily NFL news show brought to you by Roundtable Sports, man. Real coverage from real fans. Richie, last night you missed one of the best taglines I think I've ever heard from Colby in my life. TD, what did he say? No. He said Roundtable Sports, where we keep our friends close, but our enemies closer. Why has he been gatekeeping that? Why has
he said he's been using it on the show?
He's been using it on all of his shows. And first off,
that means you don't watch the shows, then.
Well, yeah. First off, I'm an awful business owner, especially since I'm not watching any of the damn shows. But come on, dude, where do you keep your friends close, but your enemies even fire, dude? I loved it. Anyway, how was the Jonas Brothers concert last night?
Jonas Brothers concert.
We had a joke. Yeah, we had a joke when and some people were asking where you were. Yeah.
Oh no, it was a Stevie Nicks concert.
But Barracuda.
But yeah, Stevie Nicks concert. Went with my family. It was a present that was gifted to my girlfriend for her birthday back over the summer, but then the concert got canceled because she hurt herself, so it got pushed back into November. And then when I saw the date, I was like, damn it, that's a Wednesday night in November. I remember when I saw the date when it got postponed, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. But I was like, all right. I think the boys will let me miss a Wednesday night show to go be with the family to go do a concert at the Barclays Center. But yeah, it was nice. It was to see a legend over there, Stevie Nicks. But yeah, great to be back here on Fourth and Forever. Hope you guys had a good show last night.
Damn, man, we did, dude. We did. We started really unpacking some of the AFC East matchups. We almost ended the show without previewing the Jets game, too, by the way. We just completely forgot about it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. We just unpacked Bills, and we ended up unpacking the Patriots game. And we realized that Miami was on a bye. We're like, all right, guys, that's going to do it. And then Colby actually stepped in, and he said, oh, what about the Jets and the Ravens? And then afterwards, we collectively spent about 15 seconds previewing that. Spoiler alert, we have like a 35-10 type game.
Most lopsided game to be.
A lot of a game to be. Justin's in the building, and he's talking about the weekly top 10 power rankings are out on the site. Our lead writer over here at Roundtable Sports, guys.
Let's go over it right now. Let's start it off.
Have to, man. You know what? I think that's a great way of being able to start the show.
All right. Well, if you guys want to go check it out, the link is right now going to be in the chat. But Justin, our main editor here, our writer on roundtablesports.net, and folks are really trying to grow our website. So if you guys can help us out and read the articles, interact with our website, we would appreciate it. It's roundtablesports.net. So if you guys want to go check us out over there on our website, we would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So this is the rankings right here. We're going to go through it. LA Rams in at number 1. Your thoughts, TD?
The Rams being number 1 is a good decision. They've been playing as good as football as anybody right now. They've been coming on. They had a strong divisional showing last week, taking a command and lead in that division, basically saying, hey, we're here. We're the big dogs. And when you look around the league, you're talking about the maybe tied or the leader of the MVP. This team has the current top 3 MVP candidate on the roster. So you got to ride with that as well. I'm not mad at this one. I love the Rams being up at number 1.
All right, folks, we put the link in the chat. Check out the article. Click on the link. Go over to our website. We would appreciate that, guys, if the Fourth and Forever crew can come support Justin's brand new article. 8-2 Rams in at number 1. Eagles coming in at number 2 here. Got two of the two NFC top dogs at 8-2 coming in at the top. You like this, Dan? Eagles at 2.
Well, first off, I'm glad that the Rams are above them because I genuinely believe that this team is the best in the NFL by a landslide. And boys, how scary is this? That this LA Rams team as they're just on a heater right now, they also own the Atlanta Falcons first round pick next year.
Yeah.
They own the Atlanta Falcons top 5 pick, more than likely. Probably going to compete for a Super Bowl. Could you imagine if Sean McVay and this front office goes out, wins a bowl, right? Matthew Stafford ultimately ends up, driving off into the sunset. They get a top 5 pick, and then they end up sending over 2 defensive players and some offensive linemen for Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. That would be the next Kansas City Chiefs dynasty in the league if that were to happen. And why do I feel it in my loins right now? I mean, good God, dude. Good God. And so especially when you end up looking, right, like at this Rams organization, like nobody's impressed by the quarterbacks coming out of college football right now. If Stafford does retire, they're going to make a move in free agency for somebody. And whether or not it's Burrow, Dak Prescott, you name it, I mean, hell.
Is Stafford
Patriots coming in at number 3 on the list.
Is Stafford up to retire or something? Is Stafford even looking to retire?
Well, he's 37 years old. I mean, he could stay and for another couple of years. I'm curious about his contract. Let me see.
How do you think of the Patriots at number 3, TD? You're New England Patriots.
Yeah, like I said, man. I mean, he's spot on. This is the big 3: Rams, Eagles, Patriots right now. I know some people want to put Denver in there and stuff like that, but this is the big 3 to me. So I love all 3 positions here, and it can go any way, but the Patriots still got some things to prove. So although they have a higher record than teams like the Rams and stuff, it's still, they got some things to prove. So I love it. I'm not mad at it. And there you have it, even at number 4 with the Colts, man. This is a good list so far.
Number 5 are the Broncos.
Is number 5, the Denver Broncos, man. So with them and the Philadelphia Eagles have a lot of question marks on the offensive side of the football, but the defenses are really what's propelling them.
Buffalo Bills at number 6.
Oh my God, now we having problems.
Well, so funny enough, right? So funny enough.
Oh, the Bills. I wonder who wrote this article. I wonder what fan are.
Listen. Yeah. So in Justin's defense, man, you look at any other power ranking, that's exactly where they are. Sometimes you'll see them even at 4 or 5 at this point. But something that's really put it into perspective, like for this season, last year, as we know, with Josh Allen won the MVP, he now has more total yards than he did through the first 11 games of last year, more total touchdowns, and has a higher completion percentage than last year. It's kind of crazy how things work. You know what I mean? I feel like we hyper focus on the negatives and we don't really look at the whole picture. I don't know, man. It's a big game tonight. What does this offense look like against the best defense in the NFL? Stay tuned.
All right. Well, Bills at 6. Seahawks coming in at 7.
That's who should have been at 6. But since it's at 7, that's fine. Okay.
Number 8 are the Bucks.
Okay. Some love to the Bucks.
9 are the Lions.
Oh, man. Justin hates the Lions. Hates the Lions.
And then number 10 are the Green Bay Packers. No Chicago Bears to be.
Oh, man.
Miami in the top 10. Interesting this week.
So no Miami in the top 10? Surprise, surprise. Folks, please do us a favor and not only... And so I know that y'all love watching our videos, you love listening to the podcast or whatnot, but certainly go show some love over to the article side of things over on roundtablesports.net. He's always dropping some heaters, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section on the website of where you think these power rankings are in your eyes, man. Always curious about that. We appreciate it. Damn, man. Bills' path to the 1 seed starts tonight, Dan. Stuff's got my monkey moving hard. Nobody's stopping us with Freight Train Allen.
What do you mean by that?
His monkey moving hard?
Yeah.
Oh, so a boner. Yeah. Come on. I thought it was, self-explanatory,
Well, yeah, it is, Dan. I didn't expect you to verbalize it like that.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what I'm here for. You know what I mean?
It kills me every time he wears that shirt.
What, this one?
Like the most hilarious thing ever, man.
It is true.
Well, Dude, you know what? And so the more I wear it, the more likely that we're gonna win one. That's
With
what
a Kelly jersey behind him.
Oh my
that
god.
Jim Kelly jersey, man. That Jim. Hey, you know what? He just followed me on Instagram, by the way. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man.
Jim Kelly, man. I grew up watching that guy. I was a big fan of his when I was a kid.
This show is being sponsored by Topo Chico.
We need a sparkling water sponsor on this channel.
Nice.
Nah, we don't need it because we got vitamin energy, baby. That's all we need. Vitamin energy. Dan, you've been enjoying your vitamin energy, haven't you?
Dude, I certainly have. This morning, I took one of their focus shots. And one thing I can tell you, man, I typically struggle when I get back from the gym to like really lock in on the mundane tasks, if you will, such as emails, filling out a bunch of spreadsheets for various deliverables. And I got to tell you what, man, vitamin energy is energy with all the benefits. 7+ hours of energy, beating all competitors. It nourishes the body and a healthy gut, which is integral to your overall health. So many different recipes, man. You have immune boosters, focus, in which that I took this morning, fat burners, mood, B12, workout. And so I can tell Patriots fans, certainly go on ahead and invest in the Mood 12-pack after we steal the AFC East away from you. It's going to be wonderful. Hydration as well on top of the vitamin D 12-pack. Now, guys, listen, you can find these in about 2,400 stores nationwide, but say that you can't wait. I highly recommend that you take advantage of their ultimate variety pack. And as long as you end up using BOGO Roundtable, buy one, get one free, best promo on the face of the planet, and let us know your thoughts. A special shout out to Vitamin Energy for being a proud partner of the channel. Damn. Shout out to the boys over there, man. Shout
15
out
Roundtable for 15% off. BOGO Roundtable for buy one, get one free. It's your choice.
Yes, my pack just came in the mail. I can't wait to go grab it and get in on the action with Vitamin Energy. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I saw the UPS guy walk up to my front door real fast, too. That's probably what we got. Man, let's lock in. Anyway, let's get into some of these NFL Week 12 previews. And so we did ultimately end up unpacking the Bills and the Texans game last night. But I know Richie wanted to talk about it. And so I know Richie wanted to talk about it a little bit. You know what I mean? But as far as from my perspective, say that you want a more in-depth analysis, and feel free to go tap into that AFC East Roundtable edition last night. Why do we boot TD?
He's good. He just needs fun.
Got it. So I'm really just going to go on ahead and just focus on my keys for the game. Number one, I don't anticipate either team scoring over 20. I would be shocked if that was the case. I would be happy if Buffalo goes out there and routs the best defense in the NFL, but that's just unrealistic in my eyes. 5 keys for the Buffalo Bills to defeat the Houston Texans. Number one, I need Josh Allen to take everything underneath, and they run a lot of zone. There's always going to be answers. It sounds like Keon Coleman is going to be benched again, so it's Gabe Davis hour, it's Shavers hour. Find space underneath. Like, don't try and stretch the field too often. It's not the secondary to do it. Number two, strategically utilize James Cook and things that he does well. Completely avoid inside zone, pepper outside zone, and gap and pull schemes in the run game. That's where the Houston Texans struggle the most in stopping the run. And don't be afraid to use Ray Davis either, because say that you really want to get this team running for their lives, Ray Davis and the power scheme is the number one thing that they cannot stop, like averaging like 5 yards per carry. So be strategic on your run fits. Number three, need to take advantage of early downs. First and second down, need to get those yards. I care less if it's 2 to 3 yards at a time. Do not put yourself in third and long situations. This is not the secondary to do that. Long, methodical. If you must stretch the field,
Long, methodical.
Say that you must stretch the field, go on ahead and target Jalen Petre's replacement, right? When he's off of the field, their secondary metrics completely fall off of a cliff, and they go from 1 all the way down to 12, but still taking the boring underneath stuff is the recipe. Number 4 is take points. I don't trust this offense at all, right? So don't get too greedy. Say, for example, that like you're stuck and you need to take a field goal. Don't be afraid of that. This offense is not the Baltimore Ravens, and this offense is not the Kansas City Chiefs, where they can score almost effortlessly. We're going up against a backup quarterback and a team that struggles running the football in the first place. And then last but not least, run man coverage against Davis Mills. He throws to his first read more than anybody in the NFL for the past 2 weeks. And his completion percentage is 48% in man coverage. None of that soft, raggedy-ass zone. Give me man. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills winning this game 19-13.
Another game of Keon Coleman being benched too, huh?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Crazy, dude.
That's the rumor, man.
That's crazy stuff, man. The fact that your first round pick from a few years ago that was supposed to be your future number one overall pick, future number one receiver being benched. But yeah, I think that the key to this game for me, from the Bills standpoint, is just to not make any mistakes as an offense. They got to be able to be playing sound football. The Houston Texans are going to get their opportunities on defense. They're going to sack Josh, and it's up to Josh to just not make one too many mistakes. And I think he does have to go underneath. He has to, put that team on his back. But this is a big game for James Cook, I feel like, because James Cook has not really looked to his dominant self these last few weeks. And I feel like that's the identity of Mr. James Cook and this offense. When he's rolling and he's running the football over 100 yards and a touchdown or two, the Bills are a tough team to beat. So big game for James Cook, perhaps, or not. But Josh Allen, man, he's got to do his job and execute at a high level. The Houston Texans without DJ Stroud, I mean, it's obviously a big plus from the Bills not having their quarterback out there, but don't sleep on Davis Mills. He can throw the football, and the Bills have to prove to be able to stop the run as well. So we shall see. Justin saying Keon was a second-round pick. I mean, come on, basically a first.
Yeah.
Like, so the first pick in the second round, Justin? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So the thing is, for me, right? Like,
but he was a second. You are right.
So we're often comparing it to the Kyle Elam rate of the Bills and stuff along those lines. But at least for Kyle Elam, we also drafted Christian Benford, right? Like, whether or not that was in the 6th round, and he's one of the top corners in the league right now. And we saw some really good stuff from Shavers last Sunday. Like, he had well over 100 yards. I can't really think of many times where Keon has done that. So, I mean, maybe we have a similar situation. And so where Shavers is actually the guy. Who knows? TD, thoughts on the Bills and the Texans last night? You predicted a romp and for the Buffalo Bills to kick that ass. Talk to us. You're muted, brother.
Yeah, man. Like I said last night, the Bills, they'll take care of business in this one. They've had too much playing around this season, like with losses against the Miami Dolphins and others. They'll get down to business. It's time to tighten up. The better teams got to tighten up right here. This is that stretch, the next 3 weeks, where you really do know who's real and who's not, because this is where you start playing your best football going into late in the season. So I look for the Bills to ramp it up a little. I think Houston is a little overrated right now, especially with the injuries. They still got a great defense, but at the same token, Buffalo will be too much. Look for superhero Josh Allen in this one, and they put up maybe even over 40 points.
Damn, man.
40 points on that defense, huh?
Yeah, it'd be an explosion, yeah.
And so one thing I'm seeing in the chat a lot too is like, oh my God, they could have had Worthy. Surprisingly enough, so with Keon Coleman, he has better stats than Worthy this year. He's been struggling terribly too. Like, him and Patrick Mahomes are not on the same page at all. Last year, him and Keon Coleman basically had the exact same production. Say that Bills fans should be mad about anything, it should be that we drafted Keon Coleman 1 pick before Ladd McConkey. That's what you should be pissed about, not about Worthy.
Ladd McConkey was the guy, man.
Yeah.
He was your guy, too.
I wanted Ladd on this team so bad, dude. I wanted him, man. Wanted that fool on the squad is what it is. You know what? Bills, give me a call. All right, I'm available. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to some of the other games that we need to discuss. A good one, and potentially a playoff-altering game will be played at 1 p.m. on Sunday. The Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Good Lord. Good Lord Almighty. This is do or die for the Kansas City Chiefs. We just heard from Patrick Mahomes. He was talking to the media about what some of the offense's problems have been, and he's mentioned that teams are running a lot more man coverage against them, and he's unable to win downfield. So whether or not that's a problem, his receivers, whether or not that he's just a little bit off, I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs are going through something similar to what Buffalo is going through, where their weapons aren't particularly living up to expectation, right? And you see that. And now they're going up against the Indianapolis Colts, who are a very, very good defense. But can the Colts beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, especially as they're 500? Because I feel like a lot of us agree, if Kansas City loses this, do we have any faith at all that they can make the playoffs? I'm going to start off with TD on this one.
Here's the reality. We don't know what to expect in this game. You want to know something? When is the last time we've seen the Kansas City Chiefs back against the wall? Like, legitimately. Because they lose, they done. Like officially done. Nail in the coffin. You know, it's not often where you see the Chiefs back against the wall. You don't know if they'll fold or they'll rise to the occasion. You know they got a great coach. You know they got a great quarterback. So you want to say they're going to rise to the occasion, but we really haven't seen them in this situation. They've been so comfortable running away with the first seed and always having, you know, the benefit of the doubt, you know, going down the stretch of the season with a great record. Now they're fighting for their life. And I have no clue what to expect because you're going up against one of the top dogs. You know, the Colts are a great team this year. They've put it all together from the top to the bottom in that organization, and they're going for something. I don't believe in them long as far as the playoffs because I got to see something first. This is new for them. But Kansas City, man, you know what? The Colts, I'm going to backtrack here because I said otherwise. The Colts going to win this game. The Colts going to beat the Chiefs. This is the end of the Chiefs right here. The Colts going to get this victory. Jonathan Taylor going to see the thing about the Colts. They have such great balance. They could do it all. They could run. They could throw. The defense is playing good football. I got the Chiefs falling in this one, and that's the end of the Kansas City Chiefs right here in this week 12. That dynasty might actually be over because you're going to see an overhaul next year.
Sauce Gardner going to pick off Mahomes?
Sauce Gardner, man.
Out of here, Colt probably.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of curious to see when Charvarius Ward is getting back. I thought that, okay, Colts designate cornerback Charvarius Ward to return to practice. So Ward's back at practice. Is he activated for the game, though, on Sunday? That defense is going to be nasty. Like, once they all get healthy, just imagine Ward and Sauce Gardner on both perimeters. Like, that's nuts. It's absolutely insane. Richie, what do you have for this game, and what does this spell for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, this is do or die for the Chiefs. The Colts could afford a loss right now. The Chiefs cannot. I think that the Chiefs are playing desperate right now. They absolutely need to get an opportunity to get a win. If they get a win against the Colts at home, that's going to do a lot for their momentum. And I think the Chiefs are totally aware of their situation. It's do or die. There's no more room for error for them. So I think that, you know, the Colts, they're coming off a bye week. They were in Germany. They've had a lot of time to prepare for this game. But I do feel like with the desperation element of the Chiefs, they're going to press. They're going to put everything. They're going to treat this game like a playoff game. They really are. And from a Colts standpoint, they don't really have to. I'm not saying they're just going to be like, yeah, this is a game we don't want. Of course, the Colts are going to want to go into Arrowhead and prove to the NFL world that they are good. Because what's the best team the Colts beat this year? You know, the Broncos earlier on the season, maybe. But I think that from that narrative, I just feel like, you know, it's going to be tough for the Colts to go on the road to beat the Chiefs. But the Colts, they're red hot. They're on a roll. They are winning in a way that is hard to beat when you run the football as effectively as you do with Jonathan Taylor, and you cannot stop them. So, you know, maybe this is the Colts' opportunity to go out there and prove the world who they are. So, you know, I think I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs in this game just because of them being at home and them playing desperate. But if they lose, they're done.
Yeah, I am going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs in this one, too. I think it's going to be really gritty. I think that it's going to be decided by some like ticky-tacky call at the end. It's going to be something like the Chiefs are down by like 3 with like 45 seconds left in the game, and Patrick Mahomes is just going to launch one downfield, draw a pass interference from Sauce Gardner, and then get a game-winning touchdown with 10 seconds left. I think that's how this game spells to me. And so we're laughing because it's probably how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, man. We will see what's going on. It's not really like that Kansas City has been generating a lot of pass rush either. So I don't know, man. We are going to have to see what is going on. All right, moving on. Let's talk about them dams. Seahawks and Titans. And so I hesitated there for a second because I'm not sure if so this is really going to cause for a lot of debate. But for me, and so I have the Seattle Seahawks steamrolling like this Tennessee Titans team. I'm sure Tennessee has at least 2 wins in them by the end of the season. I don't see this being it. And so I think Sam Darnold is a great bounce back game. I think that he'll certainly clean up the turnovers here. I think Kubiak is going to call a game. I think Sam Darnold will be in a baseball cap by the 4th quarter. I feel bad for the Tennessee Titans, man. I really, really do. TD, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Seattle's going to run away with this one. Seattle's been playing great football. Let me tell you this. This is a good game for Sam Darnold to go ahead and just brush that last game off. This is a get-right game, get the team back up, pumped and hyped, and get to 8-3 because nobody else in that division is going to be falling behind. Tennessee, man, they're broken. It makes you wonder about Cam Ward. And at some point, we got to have that conversation, like really break down what's going on over there. How much blame does Cam Ward have to own as well? He's the number 1 overall pick. A lot of people are just gliding by that. And I understand that Tennessee is a little dysfunctional and doesn't have much this year. But we still got to rate this kid. We still got to determine whether Cam Ward is, the future or not. So I'm sure we'll get into more of that as we go. But Seattle, this is a runaway game, man. Where is this, in Tennessee?
It is in
Tennessee, yes.
Nashville, Tennessee, brother.
So, it doesn't make it that much better for Tennessee, but Seattle, get in there, take care of business, get out. They're the superior team. This is a great defense. And look for Sam to have a monster day. I look for probably 3 to 4 touchdowns and him to bounce back, have a high rating and just efficient and have a great game. He owes it to his team, and that'll definitely instill some confidence down the stretch. I got Seattle in this one, probably 35-10.
So we have an intriguing take right here. Parks has come in and says Cam Ward has sucked. And then Bold Design has come in saying Cam Ward is not the problem. He just has an awful offensive line. Give him a better offensive line and see if he improves. That's intriguing to me because I'm curious, all right? Did Will Levis look better with the Tennessee Titans last year where they basically had the exact same offensive line, same weapons, than Cam Ward does right now?
Will Levis was atrocious, man. And Cam was atrocious too.
But I'm talking about production. Let's check it out. Hold up.
Yeah. Because I'm
all right. Right now, I'm curious. Richie, thoughts? While I'm pulling up the stats from the first 11 games so far, the eye test. Did Will Levis look better last year on the Titans than Cam Ward looks now?
Will Levis had one of the craziest turnover issue I've ever seen. The way he turned the ball over I've never seen anything like it. I think the thing with Cam Ward is he has those wow throws. He really does. He's got that whoa, that's a big time next level throw, but he just cannot put it all together consistently and command this offense. And I think that's the biggest thing. I'm giving Cam Ward a pass. He gets drafted to a team that is absolutely terrible. They fire the coach. He is rolling with an interim head coach and everything's new. There's no established anything there. That is a perfect example of an absolute atrocious situation for a quarterback. That's not to just say Cam Ward should not be held accountable for his bad football. He needs to be better. He understands that, but you can argue the Titans have the worst situation organizationally wise around a quarterback right now in terms of structure, front office, coaching staff. It's really bad, and Titans fans would say that themselves. So I think he deserves an opportunity to get a new coach in the building and see what he looks like next year. We can really evaluate him with some type of structure around him. But I don't know about him being worse than Will Levis. I wouldn't go that far.
What about you, TD?
Will Levis was terrible.
He was.
He didn't have anything around him either, though. But Richie makes the point, and this is always the point. We always reach the stats to try to say who's better than who. We got eyes, and it's the eye test. When you watch Cam Ward and you see some of the throws, you're like, we know what's there, but can you put it full circle as play the full gamut of the position? Like, can you process the field? Can you make sure you're doing this? Call your protect. Can you do everything necessary? We know you have an arm. We know you have arm talent. We know that you have arm strength. You can get the ball where it needs to be. You can make the throws, but putting it together consistently becomes an issue. Now, again, it's hard to really gauge some of these guys with what's around them. But at the same token, there's an upside to Cam Ward's game that you can't compare with Will Levis. When Will Levis went on that field, you just saw what you had, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Put it like this. Dylan Gabriel, I would take Dylan Gabriel any day over what Will Levis put on the field. And that's bold. That is bold. So
Dylan Gabriel over Will Levis.
Yes, I would. At least I know Dylan Gabriel can, maybe not even consistent, but he can dink and dunk and try to help move the ball with a good running game. Will Levis was just a problem.
Will Levis was a problem. They both have a similar completion percentage to last year. Both are sitting at about 58.8%. But time will tell. Time will tell. Get that young man a damn offensive line, if you were to ask me. All right,
moving
more
than that, though. It's structure and it's coaching, and it's just so much more than just an offensive line that he needs over there in Tennessee.
Exactly. And not a retirement home when it comes into a wide receiver room. Moving on, we have an NFC North matchup, which I find to be pretty interesting. The Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. 9, J.J. McCarthy. Man, struggling all over the field, dude. Holy hell, you should have signed Sam Darnold, Kevin O'Connell. Should have signed him, brother. Should have signed him for one more year.
You know who J.J. McCarthy is given? Well, here who
that?
Reminds me of? Exactly. Someone just said in the chat, he looks exactly like Zach Wilson, bro.
Hold up.
Dude, like he is Zach Wilson.
Hold up. You know what I saw? Like on Twitter, some picture with both of their pictures side by side, and it says, you could kill the man, but not the idea.
Right? He is Zach Wilson.
It's true. And you know what? So when people were running with that pre-draft and they said, oh my God, he's just like Zach Wilson. I hate takes like that because it's just like, dude, just because he's a short blonde kid does not mean that he's going to play exactly like Zach Wilson. But damn, they were on to something.
Playing like Zach Wilson.
Because he's playing like Zach Wilson. All right. Oh my God. You have the Green Bay Packers on this one. It's in Green Bay. I have some question marks around this Green Bay Packers like offense. I think that both teams probably should tee off on the defensive side of the football, but I'm going to give this to the Green Bay Packers.
TD?
Yeah, I'm going to give this to the Green Bay Packers. TD.
I actually have Minnesota winning this game. I have Minnesota an upset alert in this one. That defense is going to play well. The defense always plays well against Green Bay. Will they get enough offense, though? One thing that I realized even last year with Sam Darnold, the offense struggled against Green Bay, but they did enough to get the job done. I think they do it in this one. I really think Minnesota, what happens is they keep themselves in contention, even though I've already written them off on making the playoffs. I think they just make this division that much tougher. Minnesota will upset the Green Bay Packers in this one. Look for the defense to score in this one, and it's going to be an interesting game. Now, JJ's going to have a rough game in this one because that pass rush, they're going to be getting at him. They're going to make life tough. But I think that Minnesota can make enough plays, and with their defense, the way these two teams match up every time, it's always a thriller and it's always a shocker at the end. So I'm going to go with the Vikings in this one. And this is going out on a limb. It's just, and it's a piece of feel in this. I like the Vikings here.
Damn. So what's your thoughts of J.J. McCarthy? You think he's going to go out there and bounce back?
Yeah, I think he'll have a above average game. I don't think it's going to be good. I mean, it may be good, but it ain't going to be great. It ain't going to be elite. It ain't going to be
really enough to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he can go out there. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in this one. But again, we'll see.
Hey guys, I cannot see myself.
We're playing Jenga. I think Richie just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say I can't even see myself here for a second. What's going on with Rich, man? What's going on with the Richinator? We need you. Well, I'll tell you what, while we're waiting on him, we need to give a giant shout out and to our good friends over on Sleeper. Folks, Sleeper is the #1 player prop platform on the market today. It's a very simple process. Just cook your parlay up with 2 to 5 players, accurately predict their projections, and you could be a big winner, sometimes up to 1,000x. Just hit that link in our description, and you're getting a free $20 just for signing up, and they'll also match a deposit of up to 100% of a $100. So certainly go check that out. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of the show. Rich, what happened, man? Wow.
I don't know, dude. Everything froze and crashed on me.
You're back.
There you go. There you go, man. StreamYard, dude. StreamYard's doing their thing. Nasty. Yo.
Am I good? You guys hear me?
Can, but I just can't see me. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. Something's up with StreamYard right now, man. That's some pretty nasty stuff when it comes into it. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's move on. Okay, how about them Steelers and the Chicago Bears? All right. We heard Aaron Rodgers. He was having an interview. He was sort of coyly like saying how he understands that Chicago fans absolutely despise him. And they should, right? Because he did indeed own the Chicago Bears for quite some time. But them damn Chicago Bears might be a little different this year because they are on a heater. They are 7-3 and dare I say leading the NFC North as we record or we stream this episode today. What do you think, guys? Of course, now that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a desperate need to stack together a couple of wins, who do you got on this one, TD?
This is going to be a good game to watch, actually. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. Any update? Is he going to play or is he out here just stunting, trying to make it seem like he is? I think that's going to be a big part of it. I have to go with the Chicago Bears in this one because I feel like it's going to be close, and nobody's been more clutch than Caleb Williams. And I trust him at the end of the game. Now, Pittsburgh got a defense, okay? Pittsburgh has a defense. They can make plays. They can make life rough for you. Especially, I don't know if the league feels some type of way. They ejected Jalen Ramsey and didn't catch what Chase did until after the fact. I got to go with Chicago in this. I think Pittsburgh, it's true. The Ravens are going to catch them, and Pittsburgh might not even make the playoffs. In order for that to happen, is games like this, Pittsburgh has to lose, and I believe that's what's going to happen. So I'm going with Chicago. I'm starting to trust them. Ben got them playing great on both sides of the football. They compete the entire game. And Pittsburgh has always been this season we don't really know who they are. They're good. They got talent. They kind of somewhat semi-loaded up. But still, who are you? So I think a win by Pittsburgh here, though, would really cement them as being a real playoff threat this year. And I wonder what y'all think about that. If Pittsburgh wins, do we slow down all that Baltimore win the division talk? Because
so I've been looking at the Baltimore Ravens schedule, and they have a divisional gauntlet.
Yeah.
So right after the Jets game, so they have, and so the Bengals with Joe Burrow's first game back.
What if Joe Burrow's playing this week?
He might be playing this week. Yeah, he might be. I mean, we don't know at this point. But so they have the Bengals that week, followed by the Steelers, then the Bengals again. So that's 3 back-to-back, so divisionals right there. So it's pretty clear for me, like we would need Baltimore to win, like maybe lose one more game. say that they wanted to make the playoffs this year, or say that they wanted to like actually make the so with the division. But then again, like you look at the Steelers' schedule, and this is even more interesting. Let me see what this looks like for them. So they have the Bears, which I do think that they could win, surprisingly enough. Bears, and then they play the Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens. Yeah, I have no idea who wins the AFC North.
The Ravens.
I have no idea.
We gotta see the division games. We gotta literally wait to watch those division games.
So the thing is, though, right? Like with Pittsburgh, so the Bengals are off of their schedule, and Burrow is gonna be back. So like you would assume that Burrow is gonna take at least one from Baltimore, and so at least one. And the Steelers are probably going to take at least one from Baltimore too. And so, and they normally split. So each and every single year. So I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't have they played each other?
No.
They got to play each other twice, right?
They do. Yeah.
So I guess we got to see them head to head first.
And so the Ravens and the Steelers still have yet to play each other. It's December 7th is the first matchup. And then on January 4th, the final game of the season, which could be for the division, which makes it interesting. Dude. What is up with our layout? And I can't see myself.
Me either.
You can't see yourself.
Well, now I do. There you go.
Now I'm back.
See how you just call me? Fixed.
Just call Richie. He's got it. Rich, what do you got on this one? Steelers or the Bears, brother?
Yeah, it's a good game, man. If Aaron Rodgers plays, he's going to win, bro. He owns the Chicago Bears. He just does. I just feel like I just cannot see Rodgers losing this. What's the latest on that, though? Is he playing?
I mean, he was interviewed, and it sounds like he could be. Or like maybe it's like a Tomlin, like that, or it might be like Tomlin or something along those lines, just doing gamesmanship and not letting you know. But
yeah, I think it's going to be.
Don't sleep on Mason Rudolph either. Like he's probably one of the better like backups.
It's simple. If Rodgers plays, he's not losing this game. If he doesn't, the Bears are going to win. It's going to be a really entertaining one. The Chicago Bears are a very unique team. They're clutch. Caleb Williams is doing everything he needs to do to go out there and win for this team. DeAndre Swift has been a solid running back. They got a lot of weapons. Their defense is opportunistic. So I think it's just a matter of if Aaron plays, bro. He'll do whatever it takes to win that game.
Always. Always, always, always. Let's go ahead and welcome in a Patreon caller real fast. How about our good friend Lino is in the building? Lino, what up, man?
What's good, man? What's good, man? Is Parks back? Is Parks backstage?
Not yet.
I want to say, damn, Parks, you jerk.
Why?
We didn't hear him talk yesterday, man, and we came to a conclusion, man. I hate him. He
Why?
No, Parks my dog, man. I got mad respect to him, but he got me. We was talking, and you know what I mean. He let me know, man, that the reason why I can't stand him, man, is because he's so right up on my bills, man. I can't stand it. I don't want to see the mirror right now about my bills. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna shock my system, send me to the hospital. You know what I mean? I want to wait till after the season. You know what I mean? Then find out more about that.
That's what I'm talking about, man. But you know what? So tonight's going to be a super annoying game, but I do see us surviving.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, too. Yeah, I mean, it's going to surprise everybody, but I'm picking the Bills. You know what I'm saying?
Surprise, surprise. We're picking the Bills, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so...
I mean, go. Luckily, Lino, we got Parks right behind you. Here's Parks now. What up, Parks?
I didn't catch what Lino said because I was coming in here. And, Lino, my dog, I think he represents the 10%ers. But, Bob Mitchell be lying to our kids, Because, you can tell that Bob Mitchell hasn't told our kids on how scheduling works. Just give me 20 seconds, fellas. That's all I ask. So I can teach our kids on how scheduling works. Bills fans and Jets fans, let me tell you something that Bob Mitchell haven't told y'all. Did y'all know that every year, the Patriots, Jets, Bills, and the Dolphins play 2 divisions. This year we played the AFC North and the NFC South. That's 8 games. Then we play 6 games in our own division. 8 plus 6. I know your dad, Bob Mitchell, hasn't taught you math. So 8 plus 6 is 14. So when you walk around here talking about the Patriots have an easy schedule, you need to look at your own damn team and say, we have an easy schedule, because all 4 of our teams play 14 of the same games. That's including playing each other. The only difference between the Buffalo Bills' first place schedule and the Patriots' 4th place schedule is 3 games. And did y'all know that coming into the season that the Buffalo Bills had the 10th easiest schedule in the league? The Miami Dolphins schedule was harder than theirs.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
In case y'all didn't know that.
I don't even see myself on the screen, but yeah.
In case y'all didn't know that. So, like I said, sit up straight when I'm talking to you. TD, what our mom used to say? Stop crying. And kids, stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Your stepdad is here. Dan Mitchell showed you pure love. That's why he lied to you. I'm showing you tough love. That's why I'm talking to you like I'm whooping your ass. Stop crying. Shut up and stop all that damn crying. Stop letting Dan Mitchell, who don't come around very often, lie to you. I'm here, kids. Stepdad is here. Me and Dan Mitchell is co-daddies. I'm out of here, fellas.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God. It's the co-daddies, man. It's the co-daddies. What is going on with StreamYard?
We have an issue with StreamYard. Even like the feed, you guys are not even on it sometimes. I don't know what's going on.
But so I'm watching it on YouTube and I do see us, which is interesting. But anyway, guys, we need to also give a giant shout out to our good friends over at RotoWire. RotoWire is the #1 player prop research tool on the market today, guys. It literally gives you locks for overs and unders on Sleeper. I've been leveraging this quite a bit so far this season, and I have been hitting grand slams with my parlays a lot this year, all thanks to our good friends RotoWire. Certainly go check them out as well. If you use our code RTS, you will receive 15% off. Don't sleep on this opportunity. Gotta love Roto. Thank you. Damn.
Yeah, man. You were already nodding on the screen when you were doing it, so I had to make you solo.
Had to, man. I was going off. But, folks,
we got a super chat.
Let's get these super chats, man.
Dan, Lino roots for the Giants. #SmokeBob.
It's all right. Lino can root for the Giants if he wants to, baby. Come on.
You're a Giants fan. You need to stop calling about the Bills.
Is it weird to me that I'm not mad if Coleman's released?
No. It's he's probably going to be traded next offseason. I think that we wouldn't release him unless we absolutely have to. But
Dan, let me get a player prop bet tonight.
A player prop bet tonight. Woo! All right. Let me go ahead and pull up some sleeper action right here. The Buffalo Bills and the... So I am going to take James Cook over 55.5 rushing yards. You get that promo on Sleeper. All right. So say that you haven't. Normally it's 72.5, but the promo is 55.5 for James Cook. I really like that. I like Josh Allen under passing yards. He's at 229.5. I don't think that this is going to be like a big air raid type game. It's a really good secondary. I'd be shocked if he even gets close to this. And then rushing yards, it's probably pretty safe to take the over on Woody Marks at 61.5 rushing as well. That's the parlay.
Your locks.
That's what I'm going for, man. Life's too short not to take the over. Am I right?
I don't know. You're taking the under on your own quarterback.
And so unless it's Bills and Texans, and then I'll take the under, right? Like just in general.
Oh,
damn. All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Fourth and Forever. Richie, what do you got to say to the audience before we set them free on this beautiful Thursday?
Enjoy your Thursday, folks. If there's anybody in the chat that happens to be playing some video games, hit me up, bro. I'm on the PS5 lately. Been rocking 2K. My boys out there in the rec balling out, my boys. I'm looking for people to help me run the rec on 2K, just in case anyone wants to play with your boy. Pull up. Let's play some ball. But outside of that, it's exciting stuff here over on Fourth and Forever. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. We'll see you guys over the weekend. Dan Mitchell got you covered on a solo Fourth and Forever edition tomorrow.
Man. What do you got, TD?
Beautiful day, man. Y'all go watch this game tonight, even though I got the Bills winning. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. And make sure you go check out the Roundtable Sports shows that took place on Tuesday and Wednesday. They've all been dropped, so go back and you can watch your favorite divisions and see who they predicted to win each of these games. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button.
Thank you, folks. We appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.
Peace.